This DJ will kick the floor in 3, 2, 1.
Hello and welcome back to Mzansi. We're back again. It is that time of the night where we have to talk about what is happening in that court today. It's the day Mjiyakho.
It was Mjiyakho Day. Happy National Mjiyakho Day.
Yeah,
Mjiyakho
the brotherhood.
Mjiyakho Day, Mjiyakho the whole day.
It's a brotherhood time, you know.
The
Funny part of it all is that we are going to eat it up and really talk about this Mjiyakho fella.
I'm so tired.
Who was very sneaky. Very sneaky. He must know wherever he is, in my opinion. I don't think he was there for good intentions.
Never.
I don't think so.
I actually have a reason, and I did put it in my notes, that I feel like he was a big part of the puzzle when it came to keeping Tanzi in prison. They needed him to stay longer because remember they had not charged Ntanzi until the 27th of October for Senzo's case. So for Ntanzi to be incarcerated for that long with this possession of ammunition case at Klaban, and now seeing that Mjiyakho was the one representing him and delaying, like those were delays upon delay. Sometimes he would not show up at court. Sometimes he would say that Ntanzi was sick while he left him in his cell, never consulted with him and tell the court that he's in isolation.
But all we are worried about is the name, Mjiyakho.
So the more Advocate Baloyi goes through these things, the more the puzzles are coming together. The more it's starting to make sense. That Mjiyakho was, his purpose was to just prolong that possession of ammunition case enough so that they can finally charge Ntanzi for Senzo's case. That was his role. On top of talking about deals and whatnot.
He wanted to take it further. He wanted to take it further. Have more joy.
I was there to drag the possession of ammunition case, drag it. That is why when it came to Boxback, he vanished.
Disappeared. Like nobody else.
He was now claiming that financial instructions, he had not been paid. Who was paying him all along? To go to Rustenburg is not cheap. There's a lot of petrol. Who was paying him?
I don't think there was anyone who was paying him.
Making a court appearance on its own. Who was paying him?
In fact, if there was anyone paying him, it's a person who probably was interested in Tanzi. Not
remaining in jail. Yes, I agree.
You see, the problem is that they didn't do paperwork properly there.
No, they did not.
So
no, they didn't. It was very sloppy.
Yeah, they didn't do paperwork properly. So now they are relying on when did you meet him? Stuff like that. It's character.
He's been asking one question.
We are just dealing with the character of Ntanzi. Like
over. So when was the first time you say you met him? Did he introduce himself to you? But you said he introduced himself to you, but now you're saying he did not introduce himself to you. When did you meet him for the first time? When did you see him for the first time? How was he when you saw him for the first time? You said you saw him for the first time when? I am so tired of that man.
You are saying that he's very disturbed by the new NDPP saying that these guys are going to be found guilty. What did you expect, Pella? What do you expect?
On the wrong foot.
What do you expect a changed person? They are calling the strings there, in my opinion.
Konje he got hired without an interview.
Hey. Do you think there's gonna be a change?
Your way.
Do you think there's gonna be a change? There are many Paul O'Sullivans here.
Hi, Yazin, Sisenjeni. Yeah, but after I saw that thing on TV, I was defeated. I was like, what? The prosecutors have got it. They are saying that they are going to have a success.
So the next question, South African journalism. The next question would be, is it all about the success? What about the justice? Success of convicting someone.
This is a person who says he's certain he's going to get Hangwani Maumela. I can forget. I can forget about that. And they should just stop making these false promises. The time has come when they are no longer
charges are wrong, and then the state gets sued.
Yeah, and then they get sued or something. But there is something that doesn't feel right about this man. I don't want to lie.
Obvious.
There is something off.
Obvious. The system is created to be like that. Why do you handpick some people like this?
Without them going through formal interviews.
Why do you handpick them like this? And you are not also far from the situation that is currently taking place. You are handpicking people. They come and making promises about people that are said to be closer to you. What do you expect? Do you expect a changed narrative?
No, it's not going to change. I guess this is another series or season 2 of the National Director of Public Prosecutions.
It tells the judge that you are defensive when it comes to the states.
What tool? Why didn't he respond?
Because he is. What was he doing, Vele Lafan?
He was defending Baloyi.
It's a mistake. It's a mistake.
He was shielding
a mistake
him,
of a person
him.
deciding to read the paper halfway
and
on purpose.
Give the witness full detail so that they can respond. They can respond properly to the question.
It's a mistake.
He's giving them half-baked statements so that they get confused. And according to someone who's been an attorney for 35 years, a practicing attorney for 35 years, and then a judge is saying, oh, it was a mistake, with the paper right in front of them. It was a mistake. Oh, well.
Well, let's get into it, guys. Greetings, and please press the like button as usual. You know the drill. Press the like button. We are here. We hope not to sleep. Press the like button in the meantime, because our corner eye.
Kamoshibiri is on fire. Agadedele amafile lapha kwamadlanga commission.
We are dead.
Hey, uyadedela amafile ukhuluma nge-engagement party yakasibiya noma umntanakhe angazi kodwa it's burning there. He's releasing all kinds of information. So Judge Ledwaba was invited to the so-called engagement party. And there are also other people that were invited that are high profile. I heard also the name of Advocate Chauke being thrown in there. There's also, he's saying that there's a recording. He played a recording. Oh, and he's saying that General Sbiya, these are allegations. General Sbiya is linked or is friends with Julius Malema. And General Sbiya is alleged to be involved in illegal mining in Rustenburg with the late Msibi, the one who passed away. Zingumalo is friends also.
Zingumalo?
Yes, there's a Zingumalo.
Oh.
They are saying he's also friends with Julius Malema, allegedly. So he's releasing things there. It's on fire. It's on fire.
So
the things I'm hearing.
Do you think is it because of the fight that happened?
Yes.
He's saying, I'm not
going down alone.
Let us all go.
Let us all sink in this ship.
It's a kumbaya.
Yeah. He doesn't care anymore. I guess he's the one that was shared. There's a WhatsApp that has been shared on social media where he was saying to Musaka Ula Chomi, please. So it's alleged that it's him. He's denying the WhatsApp messages and he's saying it wasn't him. Right? So now he's saying that these people are throwing me in the fire. I'm not going to burn alone. Allegedly. So yeah, guys, like I said, we are ngqoqa. Kuyasha. Kushubile South Africa manje. Kushubile. So
but my worry is that all this information, what are they gonna do? Like you expect the very same person to actually take a decision on this.
It's overwhelming.
One person.
They're not gonna do anything about it. I'm telling you, they're not gonna do anything about it. It's overwhelming. It's a lot. Every day at these commissions, there's something new. We are having fatigue right now of all this gatas and all these people that have been getting away with so much. It's a cartel.
So basically all of them, they should be going to jail.
But we are becoming desensitized. We are reaching a point where I feel like we don't care anymore.
Yeah, and that's a dangerous point. That's when you become an uncontrollable state where crooks are just running the country. I feel like
commissions, their purpose is for that, is to desensitize people, to make them feel like, because it doesn't make sense why these people, it's not happening in criminal court and they're appearing in a criminal court. They did it to Jackie Sleep. It was so hard with these current individuals in positions of power in the SAPS or wherever. Why is it so difficult to just open criminal cases against these people? Why is it so hard? It's like it's impossible. It cannot happen.
I look, it's crazy speaking about the country. It's overwhelming. It makes you, if you think about it a lot, to go to depression. Yeah. It makes you to go to depression.
So let's focus on what we focus on. Guys, welcome back to the Mzansi Reality YouTube channel. I'm going to go through this as fast as I can because I was bored. I was tired. Baloyi akafuni. He's going to stand there until Jesus comes, as his a defense attorney would say in that courtroom.
It's going to stand there forever.
Yes, as his defense attorney would say in that courtroom. So court resumed with Baloyi humbly greeting Tanzi with a sawubona baba Ntanzi. Baloyi said yesterday when we adjourned, we were looking at the please call me on the 18th of June 2020 at 1922 that was sent from your other number ending with 8460 to Lebu's number ending 198. We have seen that after this please call me was sent to Lebu's number, her number tried to call your number at 193359, but the call went to voicemail. Tanzi asked to see what the prosecutor was referring to. Then Baloyi handed the document. Then Tanzi said, yes, I can see. So he was trying to now have Tanzi comment without giving him the paper. So he wanted him to comment without seeing the data that he was referring to, which I feel like it was a bit sneaky. So we thank God that Ntanzi is awake in that courtroom. Baloyi then said, your explanation for this please call me was that it is the police who sent the please call me to Lebu, and you said they buzzed her. And Tanzi said it is so. It demonstrates that before the court, even the paper shows that because the phone was not with me, because even here on the 17th, if one looks at the 17th, the phone was in Vosloorus, or the tower that shows it is Vosloorus and I was at the cells in Pretoria North, then it was at church old Apostolic Church Tower, and I was in the south. I then went to Pretoria North NGA during the day. That is the time I was in the meeting in the boardroom, and that is why I was telling you that Gininda did not come to me at around 4 or 5, whatever Mohani wrote on that booking to say that the meeting at the boardroom was around 4 or 5. I said it was during the day because I remember coming out of the boardroom and being in the sun, or rather standing in the sun bathing. I highly doubt he was sitting in the sun, but he was sunbathing. And he said that is the time they came with my phone to me at the police station, and that is how the tower is demonstrated in the Pretoria North NGA. And then Baloyi said, now just to come back to the question that we've asked you, and here he was really creating the impression that Ntanzi was not answering questions, of which I disagree with. I feel like he answered the question, more than answered the question that Baloyi himself was struggling to pick up the answer.
Yeah.
And then he started saying that Ntanzi is not answering the questions. Well, he said, now just come back to the question that we've asked you. The please call me that was sent from your number to Label's number ending 8460 is sent 2 days after your arrest. Is that correct? And on the other 18th of June 2020, Ntanzi said, yes, the police had my phone, and the phone you're talking about before the court is the phone that they claimed not to know, and they denied this phone. I'm the one that revealed to the court that 2 of my phones were confiscated. Mohani denied straight in this court that he never took my phone, but here is my phone. He arrested me. My phone is now in Vosloorus. It's in a church. It's in Pretoria, what. But he denied ever being in possession of my phone in this court. So it seems the judge is not bothered at all that this phone, that has a section 205 has somehow mushroomed. He's not bothered. He doesn't care.
No.
Doesn't give a F.
No.
That is just mushrooms.
It's not part of the tender.
And you know what I'm also assuming or speculating? I'm going to assume that small Hisense phone did not have a password or a PIN or a pattern lock. You could just unlock it and have access to it. That's what I'm going to assume. And the reason why I'm assuming this is because, remember, Ntanzi said he took it from his sister. He was going to have it fixed because it wasn't working properly.
Yes, I
so
remember.
Do you think it was locked?
No.
I highly doubt.
I doubt.
And
I think what they wanted to do with it, that's why probably they were hiding it. They wanted to use it as the phone that called Mjiyakho, maybe.
And he did call Mjiyakho. Yesterday he was reading the call records. Some of the phone
So
calls
that's
came
why
from
he
that
brought
phone.
this. So that's why he ignored all the denials. And he said,
I'm bringing this.
because
Yes.
the sister called Mjiyakho. But the problem with that call of Mjiyakho, they forgot that Ntanzi used his SIM card. So
They
it's
didn't
Tanzi's
know.
SIM. They
Let's
didn't
just
know.
say they didn't know.
Yeah.
They heard him say, that's my sister's phone, that's my sister's phone. And then they plotted and said, we are going to use
that
this
phone
to call Mjiyakho. And then we're going to put it to him that this phone is the sister's phone, and it shows with the section 2, because he already has a section 205. Remember, this is a prosecutorially led investigation, okay? He already has that section 205.
Yes.
So it looks like this was the plan to say, oh, the sister is the one who called Mjiyakho.
Yes.
But then it's falling flat like egg on their faces.
And to be honest, Ntanzi has dismantled that part by saying the phone was all over the place.
Yes.
That is another problem.
And that's
Why was the phone?
That's his
and that
SIM
is
card.
that is his SIM card. It just made things difficult for Baloyi to try and come back from that. So that's why today now he needs to focus on Tanzi's character. If he says Tuesday and again
Tanzi says Wednesday, maybe forgets. It's like, but you said it was a Tuesday.
Yes.
But that is not. It's an insignificant thing. An insignificant.
Like the significant part in this would be the paper that says this guy had the mandate.
Yes.
It's not there. So
It's
he's
not
creating
there.
it through Ntanzi.
By having Tanzi tired and confused and exhausted after putting him on the stand for a whole 2 weeks, asking him the same question over and over and over again, and he's hoping that it will get him what he wants. No, it's not. Khohla, Baba, khohla. It's not coming together. It's not. Yeah, and then also Baloyi said, Mr. Ntanzi, we know that on the 17th there was the interview in the boardroom, and on the 18th there was that visit to Sibanye Stillwater in Carltonville to retrieve your clocking records. And Tanzi said, yes, my phone was with the with the police, traveling with them in the car. Okay, so it was there in the car. He said, I can stand before the court and take one phone and put it in my pocket. The court will see that I have a phone standing before the court, because even on that day, I was wearing tight jeans. So you can imagine, with tight jeans, you can see what Lomuntu petty phone.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then Baloyi said, now, Baba Ntanzi, this since this was the second day after your arrest, how would the police have known about Lebu's number if you say they are the ones who sent a police call me to Lebu? Ntanzi said, my lord, when I was taken from my house, I left Lebu with the police, not telling Lebu anything. The police were not saying anything to her, not telling her where I was being taken to. When the police were arresting me, they never told her where I was going. So according to this phone in front of you, this is Ndiza's phone. Ndiza is a Sotho young man that I worked with, my friend. You see, it's Ndiza's phone and Lemuhile's phone here. These phones are calling my phone because no one knew where I was. They were the ones calling my phone, trying to find out where I was. It now indicates that there were incoming SMSs by them. The police now had opened my phone. Hence, the SMSs came in. They now buzzed my phone, and the document is indicating such. Because even when you look at the call records and you have a time and you look at them, the incoming SMSs, when they come, the time frames are so close by. It's like the phone was switched off and you sent please call me's. So when you switch on the phone, the please call me's report almost instantly at the same time. So he's right, in my opinion, to come to that conclusion that you can see that the phone was switched off.
Yeah.
And then as soon as they opened it, all these please call me's and SMSs of people that were concerned about me were coming through. And then they decided, let us dial some of these people back.
Exactly.
So Baloyi said, now which SMS are you referring to? And Tanzi said, here's the first SMS from Diza's phone on the 17th of June 2020 at 9:40:22. And Baloyi said, sir, we're talking about Lebu. We're asking specifically about Lebu, as how would the police have known about Lebu's number in light of the fact that it was 2 days after your arrest. So he was trying to take him away from driving this point home, that he's trying, Ntanzi, to prove and to demonstrate to him that the police had my phone. Okay, I didn't have my phone. The police did. But every time he tries to do that, he'll deviate him away.
Yeah, he does.
Then Tanzi said, that is a good question, because he was asking, we're talking about Lebu, we're asking specifically about Lebu, as how would the police have known about Lebu's number in light of the fact that it was 2 days after your arrest? And Tanzi said, that is a good question. I think it's best that you directed it to the police, to them, because I was in the cells, and the callback that we're speaking of, it does not show me the tower where it was buzzed, because with other callbacks, you showed me the tower. Where's my tower? Because if I'm not mistaken, this time was the time at the garage when Jonathan and the rest of them were tubing me with a plastic over my head. And then Baloyi said, we indicated to you that it was at Verwoerd Park. The tower was Verwoerd Park. And Tanzi said it was not written here. Hence, I'm saying I cannot see it. With the other callbacks, the towers were being written. And when they were being read back to me, this is why I'm telling the court that when I was arrested, my phones were not placed in a sealed bag that they're talking about here in court. They took my phones into their cars. When I was traveling, the phones would be there. If they were with me, I even told the court that one day when I went to court until I ultimately met with Buthelezi in Rustenburg, I had my phone ringing because it had Kuzani's song as a ringtone. I could hear it ringing in the car. I then said, since you have my phone, please open it for me so that I can talk to Buthelezi, or I can take Buthelezi's number, not talk to Buthelezi, but I can take Buthelezi's number and call him to bring me change of clothes and toiletries. At the time, he took out my phone and he told me to give him my PIN. I gave it to him and I told him that Buthelezi's number is stored as Buthelezi and it ended with the number 6002. In the end, he says that my bed, this is my bed, I was doing this. He dialed Buthelezi's number in his small phone and he told Buthelezi that Ntanzi wanted to speak to him. And Ntanzi said before even he could finish, I joined in and I said at the time, I said to Buthelezi that I was going to court. He should not go underground to work. He should please bring me a change of clothes. Indeed, Buthelezi did not go to work underground. He came to me. And then Baloyi said, Baba Ntanzi, it is sometimes difficult to discern your answer because we ask you a simple question, but then you give an elaborate answer. Yazi gulate manje, se gulate. And I honestly feel like Ntanzi is answering your question. It's just that he's giving you answers you don't want to hear. And this whole elaboration that you are accusing him of, Gininda was doing it. He was doing it.
And you must know where this whole elaboration comes from. From the judge.
Yes, he
verbosity.
Allowed it. Yes.
He started with that verbosity thing, and Baloyi is going to... You know, Baloyi does not have anything.
No.
He's just in a choir, and the conductor is the judge, in my opinion.
Yes.
Whatever the judge says, Baloyi hammers on it.
He will pick it up and find it and then use it against the accused or whatever witness that they feel is against the state. Now Ntanzi said, I answered the question. I said that they are the ones who buzzed Lebohile. I never buzzed Lebohile because the phone was not with me. And by the way, when he means buzzed, he's talking about the please call me. And because they got missed calls and voicemails of hers on the phone, that is why they were buzzing her. It seems that, you know, in my opinion, Lebohile was very concerned after they kind of took Ntanzi the way that they took him. Who wouldn't be? Trying to call all the phones that he had at the same time. I mean, you have to say she was worried, you know. And then Baloyi said, but up to that point, all the calls that are from Lebu went to call forward to voicemail. So are you saying that that's how the police established Lebu's number? I can see Vele, when you open the phone and you see a missed call, doesn't it show you the number that was a missed call?
It show.
Can't yes. Then Tanzi said, I have responded to that question on many occasions. I said that when they saw the voicemails, they wanted to see whose number it was because they did call the other numbers. I have never called Lungisani while I was in jail, but it was revealed in that record that I called Lungisani. I last saw Lungisani during the corona times while I was at home. Then in court, you said it's Ntuli's number when it wasn't Ntuli's number. Remember that they said Lungisani's number was Ntuli's number, case number 5.
Yes.
And then the interpreter asked Ntanzi to come down because he was getting left behind.
Yeah.
So it seems like Ntanzi is speaking very fast for him. He can't quite catch up. But he is kind in how he does his... Okay. All right. Okay. I'm going to try and give him his props, you know. Then Baloyi said, you testified that at the time when a police call me was sent to your number, to Lebu's number at 1922-14 on the 18th of June 2020, that at the point where you were being assaulted, you just testified that a plastic was put over your head. Right? And then Tanzi said, I'm saying that it was the day where they took me to the garage. And if I'm not mistaken, around 7 or 8, according to your knowledge as a prosecutor in court, my hands were cuffed at the back. At what time would I have made a call back with my hands and feet tied at the back? And then Baloyi said, Mr. Ntanzi, it's the second time that we draw your attention to the fact that you don't answer the questions being asked. We asked you, is it your evidence that at the time when your police called me wasn't from your phone number to Laywer's number that the police were assaulting you at that point? You just mentioned that they covered your head with a plastic. And I feel like this is a new strategy unlocked, in my opinion, where he falsely accuses Ntanzi of not answering the question when Tanzi is answering the question, but just not giving him an answer that he expects or wants to hear. It's another form of really, I would say, it's psychologically war. You know, it's trying to make him frustrated. They're trying to make Ntanzi frustrated and lose his temper. Then they can say, ooh, hostile witness. That's the plan. That's the aim of the game. So, as much as Ntanzi is speaking, but he must understand that that's what they're trying to do to him. They're trying to psychologically break him down. But I believe that after what they've done, there's not much more psychological breakdown that they can do to him now. The worst for him, in my opinion, is over. The worst was when Mjiyakho was coming in and coming out representing him. The worst was when they were putting that plastic over his head and just forcing him to confess to things he knew nothing about. That if he was able to survive that, then this is a walk in the park.
It is.
Then Tanzi said, when they started assaulting me, I did not see what time it was. And secondly, I did not have my phone. My phone was with my Bena and Mohani. And you have to imagine as well that in prison, you don't quite sleep. Okay? While you are incarcerated, you are also inside having other types of issues that are happening with other inmates. You understand what I'm saying? So, whatever that they were trying to do to break him down, if he's still standing now, there's no way that they can break him now on that stand.
No.
So, Baloyi, this strategy would have worked with someone who was sleeping in their comfortable bed at night. Maybe it works. But when it comes to someone who you've tortured for so long, I think it's not gonna work.
No.
It's failing dismally. So you might as well just save whatever little reputation you still have left, sit down, and let this thing go. Let it go.
Today what disturbed me a lot is that judge. I can't shake him off.
Nah, it's game over after today. That tantrum has costed him a lot. I even saw the judge's meta guy, Mbegezeli. He's also having an opinion.
Who always don't let the judge...
Yes, who always defends him. He always defends his integrity whenever he goes to these media stations talking about his conduct. All these years he's been defending him. Today he just lost it. He was like, it's not the first time. It's the second time. The first time he apologized. Then now... he's come back to this.
He's racist.
Yeah.
He's a black racist person. He hates the guts of a black man.
Yeah. And it's very concerning when he wants to say that he was representing PAC people during apartheid.
To me, it sounds like a sellout was doing that. And to me,
I'm very worried.
Allegedly... I mean, I don't know, but...
I'm very worried about the people he
represented. A person who has such comments against black people, what would he be saying to the court that is actually looking at the PAC as such, as him, actually?
And he's representing them. And he's saving them. Remember, there was that, what do we call it? Without... raising the YouTube thingy where they would take out our people after conviction. Most of the cases that he said it himself, it came out of his own mouth in that court. We didn't ask for it. He volunteered the information. And he said that he was representing some of them before that would happen, or he would try to save them from that happening. And now, after we are where we are and so many people died, you are trying to tell us now that you don't like you don't like us.
Mm.
Have you always felt this way?
I don't know. That's my worry. That's what I'm saying. You can't say you were representing those people and sound like this, and no one looks at you with a side eye. You know, for me,
it's scary.
Scary. You know, the fact that at some point he even said that he contributed in
the Constitution or something like that, it being drafted.
And I repeat, that's why it makes sense. It makes sense why this Constitution is rubbish.
I don't know. Yes, I don't know. Because you can't say it's a mistake now. You can't say it's a slip of the tongue. It was not.
He means what he says.
He means what he says. And I did warn about that apology, that it wasn't sincere. And usually when you apologize like that and you don't mean your apology, you are bound to repeat the same thing.
To reveal yourself again.
Because you've signaled to your brain that I don't believe what I'm saying.
Maybe it's that blood from
the grandmother.
From your Helen's side.
Ne?
Yeah. it's ruling over him. It's just the guy, man. How do you keep on making such comments?
Now I have to wonder about all these cases that he had been presiding over. Now I
Sounds
have to wonder about
Uncle Lokuzan.
Nah.
Uncle Tom.
There was some time he said, you can call me an Uncle Tom. I don't care. I'm like, Aibo.
He sounds like Uncle Tom.
You should care when your own people are calling you an Uncle Tom. It should bother you. If it doesn't bother you, there's a problem.
Agad is hiding behind that part of at some point during the struggle. All people who have that thing of during the struggle, most of them, to me, what I've noticed about them is that when you sit with them and you listen to them speak, that's when you pick out sellout tendencies.
Yeah.
People who are so proud to hide behind, hey, I fought alongside.
They brag about it like it's a badge of honor.
I fought, hey, I remember I was there when it's like, yeah, I get you. That's why you're still alive.
Yeah.
Yeah, Uncle Tom. That's why you're still here. The ones that were fighting really are gone.
Yeah.
They are still here.
And then Tanzi said, when they started assaulting me, I did not see what time it was. Secondly, I did not have my phone. My phone was with Mabena and Mohani. Baloyi said, but yesterday you said at the time when the police called me was sent to your number, to Lebu's number, that the police were assaulting you at the time, and you did not mention that you did not have the time as you do now. And Ntanzi said, I didn't have the time. I'm talking about the time. I'm observant outside. And I said that it was 7 or 8. We were at the garage for a very long time. I'm hoping that these papers of AVL, that's what he meant, but he said VAR, AVL will show the time, that which I'm saying that it was around the time that they started to assault me. Yes, it is true. Whether it was 7:30 or 7:10, fact is, it was around that time up to 8. And then Baloyi said, are you saying that the police sent a police called me to Lebu's number from your number while they were busy assaulting you? Is that your evidence? And Tanzi said, let me say this. Please don't change what I said before the court. I'm saying that, these times were the times I was being assaulted. My phone was with Mabena and Mohani. And to think, in my opinion, that Mohani was not implicated as one of the persons that were manhandling Tanzi in that car, one would assume or speculate that the phones were with Mohani because Mabena was busy putting a plastic over his head. Then he said it was Mabena who placed the plastic over my head. Mohani was not in the car and he never chewed me. I don't know what he was doing. That's why I'm mentioning the time 7, 8, 9 when I was being assaulted in the garage. So how is a callback made when my hands are cuffed at the back? How is it done? And then Baloyi said, we are putting words we're not putting words in your mouth. That's what you said yesterday afternoon. That is your own evidence. And Tanzi said, I'm not disputing anything before the court. Even that which you are saying and have written down is what I'm saying to you now. And it does coincide. There's not much of a big, it's not even there. There's no dispute. There's no, okay, he's trying to make it seem like he had a bingo, but he had nothing.
No, he has nothing.
So Baloyi then said, we saw when we were traversing the calls between your two numbers and the family members on your main number ending 6890 on the 26th of June 2020 at 1640 received an incoming call lasting 91 seconds from your mother, and the tower is Pretoria University. This is the first voice call that came through since your arrest. So this is Ntanzi's mom whose phone call went through. The first phone call that went through came from Ntanzi's mom. Not referring to the incoming SMSs and voice calls. And Tanzi said on the 26th on the bookings or the OB books of these police stations, which police station was I at that time? He was asking Baloyi this question, and Baloyi said, we've indicated to you that evidence will be presented to you that you were detained at Brooklyn Police Station on the 26th of June 2020.
So they are still cooking. Why is it not presented now that he's asking?
Hey, yabona
Will
le OB
be.
my figure.
Will be.
My figure le OB, and I have a feeling he will want to reopen the state's case.
Will be.
Using this OB Brooklyn Police Station.
Will be. Why is it not the
Presented.
OB is showing? Will be.
Will be. Where is it and what is it doing? And why is it so hard to make it to Pretoria High Court? Because Brooklyn Police Station, honestly, is not that far. Hey? It's like a 10-minute drive.
Exactly.
You understand? Why are you struggling to bring that Brooklyn Police Station OB book to the Pretoria High Court? What's so difficult? It's been how many days now? You've been dangling it like this over Ntanzi's head. You know, bring that OB book. We want to see it. All of it. All of it. Not one page. As Stephen's number, one page. All of it for the year of 2020. Wonky. From the time you were arrested, from June to December. Bring them.
They're no longer hiding themselves. I mean, the whole judge speaks like that in court.
And it's only valid because Ntanzi said that he was being changed from police station to police station.
They are not
They are
supposed
trying to say he was at Valeria for many months.
You know why it's not coming?
Why?
Because maybe they are still looking at the evidence that they led that suggests otherwise. They're still comparing. It's now this
and then
case
they're
has
gonna
become
erase.
This case has become very difficult, even for them.
Now the OB books must come in a bundle, okay? From that time they are claiming he was never. Maybe at some point while they are claiming he was at Valeria, they also took him to Brooklyn. Ntanzi would not know Brooklyn, okay? He's not a Pretoria person. So Letani from June of 2020 up until when the case went to the Pretoria High Court, that would be around, okay, maybe that's a bit too much, but 2021 around maybe let's say March or June. Letani and give to the defense so that they can see when exactly was Ntanzi where at which police station. Okay, finish and lar. You can't bring one page and say, oh, see on this page, you were admitted at Brooklyn Police Station.
No one signed for it as usual because that's how it moves.
Yeah, when I at Brooklyn Police Station, it has to have a police officer who admitted Ntanzi. It has to.
You know, I can't believe we're discussing about Brooklyn Police Station 2020.
It has to have a name
2020
of a person who admitted them.
But the case is all about 2014.
Yes.
But we are discussing 2020.
I think they're still trying to prove their confessions and still trying to prove that the confessions
Why
were
are they
admissible.
needing to prove the confession? Because the judge believes them.
That they're admissible, but he's still proving. There's the prosecutor is still trying to prove that the confession.
Oh, the judge believes them. Why are you convincing a girlfriend that is yours? That you... A girlfriend is yours, for heaven's sake.
They are yours, but they are yours, Jay.
That you want to make them yours.
This is
like
not
we're
worth
shelling
it.
when we are busy saying, hey, you know what, if you go out with me, hey, it's your girlfriend. Why do you need to keep on proving?
Even with Mjiyakho, it's about that, proving the admissibility of Ntanzi's confession.
You see, with Mjiyakho, what makes matters worse is that Tanzi is refusing that he knows Mjiyakho. And then here comes this way in which they started talking with Mjiyakho. You know,
it was after the confession.
Please call, ne? Is it through Mjiyakho started the conversation, ne?
With the please call me.
Yeah.
But then he's saying that he meets him on the 24th as he's headed to the court in Boksburg. Just before he enters the courtroom, Mjiyakho yaqhamuka out of nowhere. He said there's a door to a certain office there. He came out of it and he's like, oh, sis. You know, Sisi is the one who called me and said, I must come and represent you. Kanjani manje?
Is that why you were sending me a please call Mjiyakho?
Kanjani manje? I don't understand. Are they saying
that Ntanzi sent a please call to Mjiyakho?
That's what they are saying. That Ntanzi sent a please call me to Mjiyakho while he was in his cell.
So they wanted to say Mjiyakho is the one who, Ntanzi is the one who started talking with Mjiyakho.
Yes.
But now the problem is that there is no
phone call conversation.
And it's not like Mjiyakho's number was already part of Ntanzi's cell phone book.
Contact leaks, no.
Yeah. So they have a lot of problems.
There are too many. The problems are too many. And the longer he stands there, the worse he is becoming. The worse everything just looks. Now the dots are connecting for some of us who've had so many questions for so many years.
His record of 100%.
Eyes crumbling, crashing down.
Really, I would be interested in the cases that Baloyi was on.
Presiding on.
A very flexible advocate, as they would say.
Being
those
called flexible. Being called flexible.
I think the review time should start now.
Yes, if it was in other countries.
Review time should start now.
Cases would start being reviewed, including the ones that this judge has presided over.
Because the behavior, man, is worrisome for some of us. It's very worrisome. If we had time and resources, I would go on all the people that this person has put in jail. And
hear their stories.
As a prosecutor and a judge as a judge. And look at their cases.
Again. With fresh
just
eyes.
A proper documentary. Just do a proper documentary on those people.
And it would make so much money. You know why? Because it's an unending series. Imagine how many cases you'll have to preside over, especially of the people that are still alive, convicted and detained in prison. And you want to know what was happening. How did you get convicted? Some of them maybe have gotten parole now, like Mdluli. I wonder what Mdluli's version of this judge is and what it looks like. Because he was tussling with him back and forth in the courtroom. Hey, Bekshubile. So I'm just wondering, what does he have to say about this judge? If we had journalists, now would be the right time to speak to Mdluli. I'm just saying, if the journalists were there to say, how was he like over your case? Like, you know, get his side of the story. A good thing. What was happening there? Why make shisa gangaga over that courtroom? So yeah, it would be an interesting time to relook at the case, but unfortunately in South Africa we don't have that. Cases and are more like political tools, such matters. So if someone is dabbling in politics, they would want to discipline them or humble them by launching a commission or whatever. So it's never really sincere or coming from a place of lady justice, in my opinion. When you relook at someone's work. There
is another fellow that, in my opinion, I would like to look at. The fellow that pronounced that the state has solid evidence against these accused. You know, that fellow is moving not different from this other fellow that left the parliament rushing with a bag.
Oh, yes.
That fella is really a trusted somebody.
Yes. Not only trusted, feared and respected as well.
We have seen him taking a stage, even during the times.
Yes. But he's quiet now.
Quiet, yes. He comes when he has to. It's like a fixer.
Let's wait. Let's give him a chance. He will respond at some point.
I think these things of being a fixer, they expire at some point.
Nah.
So each dog has its own time.
Because you let people escape accountability. If they keep escaping it, they reach a level where they think they are untouchable. And then they start being self-destructive. And then that's when we like watching the train wreck.
Like now.
We enjoy the train wreck. My South African people, we love a good train wreck. You see now, this is the moment we've been waiting for since 2020.
Hey. Some of these people, they probably contributed one way or another to this Senzo's case.
Yes. Since 2020, I've been waiting for this moment. Because even back then, there were people saying, these people did not do what you're saying they did. And they were like, they did it. Okay, we gave them a chance. We gave them the benefit of the doubt. Some of us kept our mouths shut and we were like, we are not. Let's see the justice system of the country. Let us see Lady Justice at work. Then they brought us Constable Zungu. I checked out.
As the best witness that they can ever have.
I was like,
they brought us a policeman with a questionable background.
Oh, Lord. I was like, amen.
In my opinion.
Those people in 2020, when they saw these people on the stand and they were saying they did not do it, they were right. They were right. They were honestly right. So then Tanzi said it is going to be brought. The prosecutor closed the state's case in front of the court. He's talking about the Brooklyn police station occurrence book. Well, he said the prosecutor closed the state's case in front of the court and told the court that it was done with evidence. He's still going to bring it to court. That is what I indicated to the court. We give our evidence in this court. Then they go and investigate and then they come back and lead new evidence again. It's like a wheel now.
It's an unending process.
And he's allowed to get away with it.
Yes.
He's allowed. Akpeli. Ntanzi says something, he goes. He's now the lead investigator of and what is investigating? Not Senzo's matter. The reputation of the police, the reputation of lawyers who act like ghosts. That's what he's defending. So also, we have to remember, and I emphasize because I don't think I emphasize enough, this investigation, or this case has been prosecutorially led from the very beginning.
Certain people were at the center stage of it.
Baloyi is trying to tell us that from the time Tanzi got arrested, or he's trying to create the perception that from the time Tanzi was arrested, he didn't know nothing, he didn't see anything. But then your lead investigator saying this was prosecutorially led, which means during that time when Tanzi were getting arrested, Baloyi was somewhere in the background. Do you understand? But he's creating the impression that maybe he presided over the matter and it started being prosecutorially led when it went to trial. But no, at Boksburg Magistrate Court, he was there. Mjiyakho was there in that courtroom. He was there. So prosecutorially led.
If there's a problem in this case, he is also part of it.
Yes.
Allegedly.
So we forget that. We forget that it's prosecutorially led. Okay. So now, the more he continues torturing Tanzi on that stand like this, we have to remember that.
Badgering.
He's badgering the witness.
Defending.
Yes. He's abusing his power or whatever power he has at the Pretoria High Court. It's unfair what he's doing to Tanzi. It's very unfair. There's no person who can stand being asked one question every day, 5 times, 10 times, hoping to get a different answer. Then Tanzi said, all these evidence that the prosecutor brought to court, why did he not bring the OB book from Valeria from the first time that we asked for it, as well as this police station that he has just mentioned today, the Brooklyn police station? Well, Baloyi said, sir, remember that your initial version was that on the 26th of June 2020, you were never booked out. Then Tanzi said that I'm not hiding before the court and I'm not, misrepresenting. What I'm saying is that I don't recall being booked out of the police station on the 26th. Now, in my opinion, the defense needs to relook at the little OBs that they have and try and find the 26th.
Because this one that is coming, the Brooklyn one.
You need to be sure.
See, the Brooklyn one might come with
that
a
on
half
the 26th
day in one court, in one court.
And you obviously know that the judge is going to accept it.
Oh, yes.
He's going to accept it and take it as valid evidence and co-sign. Not after the nonsense you saw him do today. No way. He's going to accept it and say, this is a valid OB entry, even if kuza iphepha eliwane. With no signature. He's going to admit it, yes, as evidence and say, Mr. Baloyi, did you hand it up? What is the exhibit number? Did you hand it up as evidence? He will be the one leading.
This was right. He just didn't say it loud enough.
Yeah.
That the judge seems to be defending their states.
The interpreter once more asked Ntanzi, for something. He said, I'm assuming that he was hinting to him that, please slow down, you're a bit too fast, I can't catch up. But then he said, Nyakela, please. Well, Baloyi said, now we are going to show you that on the 26th of June 2020, you were in fact detained at Brooklyn Police Station as we wait for the OB books from Brooklyn Police Station. And because you were questioning the tower that's reflecting at Pretoria University NG on the 26th of October 2020, Tanzi said, I was talking about what is written here, that I have never been to Pretoria University. The prosecutor is the one who told the court where this tower is. I don't know where he gets that, because even Miss Pinky never said that, as to which police station this tower was picking, which is a good point. It may look like Mr. Baloyi listens to Mzansi reality.
Look, I don't take honor of that. Honestly speaking, I don't.
Why is he obsessing over Brooklyn Police Station all of a sudden? It's an obsession now. He's really, really wanting to place Ntanzi at Brooklyn Police Station. Well, he said the prosecutor is now leading the investigation as it has always been, and Tanzi is in jail because of the work of the prosecutorially led investigation, and I'm sure you can see, guys, it's refusing to end. This portion is still gonna come up. He's not done. He's going to come up again with this Brooklyn police station issue. Then Baloyi said, can we go back to the original question that on the 26th of June at 16:40:29, your number received an incoming call MTC from your mother's number and it lasted 91 seconds. So in simple terms, Baba Ntanzi, this call from your mother's number was answered by someone on your device and the conversation lasted 91 seconds. Ntanzi said, I'm glad that you are admitting that there's someone who answered it amongst the police officers who had my phone. Baloyi said it's a minute and a half. Are you suggesting that your mother then spoke to someone either than you on the 26th of June 2020 for a minute and a half? Tanzi said, yes, that's correct, because first of all, she didn't know where I was. I always call home and ask how they are when I'm not at home.
Sorry, Amen. Do we saying there is a number? The number is the one that you have. There's 071 number. There's a WhatsApp number there.
Oh, yes. Then Tanzi said, yes, that's correct, because first of all, she didn't know where I was. I always call home and ask how they are when I'm not at home. And if I look at this document, my phone is switched off and on and off, and it receives the SMSs and it's switched off. And then it was switched on and then off again. When you look at that document from Vodacom, then Baloyi said, now on your other number, the secondary number ending with 8460, indicate that after your arrest on the 16th of June 2020, the first voice call that came through was on the 17th of June 2020 at 19:40:22. It was an incoming call, an MTC from a number which has been identified as Ndiza's number, and the tower is Pretoria North NGA, and the call duration was 43 seconds, And also he said, you said Ndiza is a Mosotho gentleman that you work with at Impala Platinum, according to the cell phone records. They indicate that on the 17th of June 2020, this is the first call on this number after your arrest that came through. And he said, attempts to contact you on the 17th of June 2020 from 8:52:07, call forward again on 9:37:07, still on the 17th. It was a call forward that eventually at 19:40:22, the 17th of June 2020, the call went through and they spoke to you for 43 minutes, or to your number for 43 minutes, to the person who answered your device. So then Baloyi says, so someone calling on Ndiza's number had a conversation with the person who answered your device for 43 seconds. Tanzi said, yes, that is correct. And secondly, what I'm asking for before the court is that you read the dates and times, but you are no longer informing the court of the towers. I never went to Vosloorus. I was in Pretoria North. My phone is at Vosloorus, but you're no longer reading that to the court. It was at 19:40:22 when the phone was in Pretoria. It is at Vosloorus and then Old Apostolic Church while I was in the cells. When he's being accused
of being disingenuine, for exactly the same reason, because now he has been reading the towers,
yes,
to show when Tanzi was. But now he's just focusing on a call, not focusing on a tower that says I'm at Vosloorus.
No. He's skipping that part. He's not reading it.
You see what he's doing? Manipulating what is on record.
And he was reading all these calls that were made by Ndiza. But he's not reading the towers. And the towers are different.
The cell phone is picking different towers.
So he's not reading those.
No.
He said, now who brought it here at the time of the night when prison was already closed in Pretoria? Baloyi said Tanzi was incorrect. He obviously denied it and said that he placed the tower of Pretoria North. And Tanzi said he was mentioning the other 3 calls where he said Ndiza tried contacting him. He read the time but not the towers. Baloyi went back to the photos again where he said Tanzi had long hair. And Tanzi said many times that he cut his hair before going back to work.
He changes once he feels that he's cornered because now the phone call thing is not landing the way he wants it to land. Like Tanzi was busy, they were busy, phone calls here. He is now saying something else. The hair. Ingenapi hair good matau.
And then before going back to work, he said that after he came back from home, he had hair, but then he cut it off before going back to work. And he could have gone underground. He couldn't have gone underground with hair on because he says it's hot underground and he's a winch operator. And on the 16th of June 2020, he had cut his hair when they arrested him, right? He was back at work. And I kept asking myself, if Baloyi is going to ask him whether he had a haircut or his hair was trimmed while he got arrested, what about those pictures that were taken at the boardroom? I need to they took pictures of him on the 17th and stuff. Why doesn't Baloyi look at them? Before he starts now asking these questions as if he's looking for something, you know. Put it to him. I put it to you. This is the time to shine. I put it to you. I put it to you. He doesn't want to put anything. He's just playing tricks and mind games. Tanzi said that he could not recall the last day he went to work before his arrest.
I want to play this. Someone sent this.
Okay.
I don't think somebody who's graduated with BSc doing that, the only thing what he can do in compromising the information is go to write the information wrong. It can go deeper from that. Exhibit when it's received, it is filed, right? By somebody in a 30 and it is logged. The investigator is allocated, meaning there will be the person who's having the key storage and the person who's going to do the investigation to go and open it. So the only worst scenario I was thinking, I'm not saying it ever happened, but I was thinking, is somebody, I was thinking loud, I was saying, if is somebody who can maybe have another rifle and exchange the mechanism so that it cannot match. But if you go and change the numbers, it is easy for us to detect because we're going to take it to another forensic, maybe Western Cape or whatever, then they can be easily found. But you needed something to verify, to see if ever there is manipulation, and then you can continue doing that. It's an ongoing investigation. It is like...
He's explaining ballistic evidence.
I said it last time, Miss. So they changed their barrel. Exactly. It is possible.
Ntanzi also could not recall the last day that he went to work before his arrest. Ntanzi said that he could not remember, you know, and he said they had changed their shifts due to corona. He said that he was at the time working 3 days day shift, 3 days night shift. So they would interchange because on a normal day or when things are normal, he would go in the morning. He only worked like day shifts. So he said that there would be times where he would get in at 2 o'clock in the afternoon and then knock off at 10 o'clock at night. So because of corona, so Baloyi went on now to badger him some more, trying to find out if he had a beard, if the beard was trimmed while he was in detention now. And Tanzi said that he did manage to cut his beard or his little beard, you know, because it's not like Mr. Ramosipili's beard. That's an actual beard according to Tanzi. And he said he cut his hair off at Ramoshwana before he made his court appearance on the 5th. And he said the gentleman who assisted him with that was a Shona gentleman. And Baloyi now said that regarding Tanzi's detention at Valeria police station. He said, we have already taken you through the exhibits indicating that on the 27th of October 2020, the court ordered that you be detained at Valeria police station. Baloyi went on to another exhausting journey of trying to force feed Ntanzi, in my opinion, the narrative that he was kept at Valeria police station all through and through every day from the 27th of October 2020. While Tanzi said that he hopes that he also read the OB book entry as well that indicates that he was not kept at Valeria at all times. And he said it is the prosecutor who read it out to the court because he said that he can see the letter in court and he's not disputing it. Tanzi said, but I'm saying before the court that I was not kept or booked in Valeria full time. I kept on being changed from one police station to the other because here in court, even you, prosecutor, told the court that on the 5th of March when I went to court, I was from Valeria, and I told you that you were not telling the truth. Remember, he said that he was from Phokeng. He was detained at Phokeng from the 1st of March to the 5th of March. So Ntanzi said that if you respected the court and the court order they made according to the letter that you are reading, then why was I taken to Pretoria North and Pretoria North? What I'm disputing on is what the prosecutor is reading is that I was kept at Valeria full time. I am saying I was not kept at Valeria at all times, but I would change police stations. Baloyi then said, remember the register that we traversed yesterday. The SAP 14 from Valeria was from the month of July 2020, and Ntanzi said, I said we should start from the first day I was admitted, and the prosecutor said he was going to look for it, telling me that he's reading the dates that he wants to read of when I was booked out of Valeria and went to Pretoria. I never argued with you concerning that. Now Baloyi moved to the topic of Mjiyakho, repeating everything that was covered on the 23rd of June 2020 when Gininda was requested to go to Pretoria North and meet that whole story that he gave about how he met Mjiyakho allegedly, and he found him, at some place inside the cells, and then Ntanzi got up and said, this is my lawyer. That was the version that Brigadier Gininda gave. And Pretoria North, and he met Mjiyakho. Allegedly, he read the record of the 28th of November 2023, and he said that he was doing it to refresh Ntanzi's memory, Baloyi. He said that he found Mjiyakho where they were taking fingerprints. It was part of the holding cells. When he approached Ntanzi, got up and said, this is my lawyer. He also read the letter from LPC that was dated the 5th of May 2020 that Gininda said Mjiyakho gave him. And there's a sample from LPC who confirmed the authenticity of that letter and said that lawyers must have such a letter to represent clients. Tanzi said, no, you're not refreshing my memory because what you are reading has nothing to do with me. That is what was said by Gininda and not me, which is not true. It was at this moment when Baloyi asked for a short adjournment. So Ntanzi, after the short adjournment, said that it is not true that Mjiyakho came to see him at the police station. He first saw him on the 24th at Boksburg Magistrate Court. There's also a document that lawyers fill in when they visit their clients in jail. The state has not presented that document. Ntanzi said, valid. Yes, when you are a lawyer, you do fill in something before you see your client. So none of that has made it to court. Well, he said that it was at the door in Boksburg where they first heard the name Mjiyakho. And by the way, why didn't Baloyi call Mjiyakho if he was really going to invest all this time cross-examining Tanzi on him?
Lawyer-client privilege.
Lawyer-client privilege. So if it's lawyer-client privilege, why can't he say what Ntanzi is saying?
Why can't he?
Why can't he accept?
He said it, actually.
What Ntanzi is saying.
He said it. That Ntanzi, have you ever heard of that? So that's basically what prevented Baloyi from calling this guy. And a biggest mistake would be for the defense to call Mjiyakho.
They should leave him alone. Well, then Baloyi asked Ntanzi if he told him that, he's Mr. Mjiyakho. In other words, he introduced himself as Mr. Mjiyakho to Ntanzi. Tanzi said, no, I can't remember him saying that. Baloyi said, you didn't ask him who he is. Tanzi said, things were happening very fast. I was traumatized. Where would I have gotten the time to talk? He's the one who came to me and said to me that he was sent by my family, and I asked him where would my family know him from. I told him, you must show me the number to prove that you indeed talked to my sister, and he never showed it to me, which demonstrated that the manner in which things were happening there was just criminality taking place. And Baloyi said, did you ask him who he was, what his name is? And Ntanzi responded and said, I never asked him who he was. He was the one telling me who he was. As how did my family know that I was arrested, and who told you to come here is what I was asking him. I mean, why does it matter? Why does it matter that Ntanzi asked him who he was or he introduced himself? What is the significance of that on the state's case?
According to them, if that is the case, then they knew each other. Then Mjiyakho.
So a random stranger can come to me and ask me a random question, and then I'm just left standing there puzzled, and I'm responding and saying, who are you? Then it means I must have had a prior conversation with this stranger. That is the logic of a prosecutor with a 99.9% conviction rate.
Exactly.
Then Baloyi said, but sir, here is a person, according to you, you don't know from a bar of soap, comes to you at the Boksburg Magistrate Court and says he's a legal representative, he's there to represent you, and he's been sent by your sister, and you don't ask him who he is and what his name is. Tanzi said, let's not say that he came to me. Let's correct that. Do not say things that I never said before the court. I said that I was traveling with 3 police officers. Mohan is the one who was ahead of us. The other police officers were behind us. When we got to the door, Mohani opened the door and this person came out. He told me that my family told him to come and represent me. I asked him, who told you that I was arrested, first of all? And how did my family know that I was arrested? Because they don't even know my whereabouts. Then Tanzi said, my whereabouts at the time were unknown. I then requested him to show me the number where my family called him because I know their numbers. He never showed it to me. He said we will talk about it some other time. Baloyi said, so he didn't tell you that he is Mr. Mjiyakho, and also did not ask him who he is. Ntanzi said, I do not recall him telling me that he was Mjiyakho, that's his name, because things were happening fast there. Baloyi read the record of the 12th of February 2026 when Tanzi said that Mjiyakho appeared after the door was opened and he said he was sent to represent him. What he was reading had not changed from what Ntanzi was saying. It was exactly the same. But then Baloyi kept repeating the same question. He was literally doing cross-referencing live. Something that he should have done when he was preparing this line of questioning. He was doing it live in court. He would look for anywhere when Mjiyakho was mentioned with regards to introducing himself. We are talking about from the trial within a trial. He was quoting the time Ramosipili was leading evidence within Tanzi pertaining to Mjiyakho and trying to find something. This exercise took quite a while. Okay. Until he found something. Now, what he found, he later found it after the long adjournment.
Husband is working at time.
I've never seen anything like this. I'm just baffled that he's getting away with so much.
And he will. He's got a very good friend
he's getting away
on his
with a lot, eh? Joe. And he kept repeating the same question over and over and over again. Ramasipili, at some point, he got up after Baloyi asked Ntanzi that the fact that he didn't ask Mjiyakho who he was and he didn't tell Ntanzi who he was, is that not indicative of the fact that they had already had a consultation on the 23rd of June 2020? Ramasipili said it's an unfair question, and then the judge asked Baloyi to rephrase the question. Baloyi said, we put it to you that on your own version, the fact that you say that the gentleman did not introduce himself and you did not ask him who he was is indicative of the fact that you had already met him on the previous day, the 23rd of June 2020. Tanzi said, no, I did not meet him on the 23rd of June 2020. I met him on the 24th. If this lawyer was a lawyer who represented the truth, he was supposed to come to the car downstairs. He was supposed to tell me that he's a lawyer and show me everything. And then he met me at the door of the court coming out of an office of that court. And another thing, he also pointed out about how the prosecutor at Tlhabane Court would actually be the one to follow him, ask the police officers that were with him for permission to try and find out some information from him. But the so-called lawyer, Mjiyakho, did not do that. He did not even bother to go and see him at the cells and consult with him. But now they are forcing, Baloyi wants Ntanzi to claim a lawyer. To claim him. Literally forcing him to accept that Mjiyakho was his lawyer.
Yep.
Ntanzi confirmed that he had 3 sisters as well, Uceliwe, Mantombi and Mpumi. So now this is a part where I'm like, okay. The sisters. Because why? Mjiyakho said that I talked to your sister. So now they must know Ntanzi's sisters' names.
Yes.
Baloyi then went to the record of the 28th of October 2023, and this was cross-examination of Ms. Kronye and Mgomezulu. And Kronye said that Ntanzi confirmed Mjiyakho's presence when the confession was being taken. Mgomezulu said that Ntanzi said that he had no legal representative. That's how Mgomezulu put it actually on record, and it was superb. There was no confusion about it. He put it as is. Can you say that Ntanzi was his lawyer? And Ntanzi also elaborated between. Let me not ruin it. Baloyi said, so Mr. Ntanzi, this version that you are giving, that you arrived at the Boksburg Magistrate Court, that the gentleman in the spectacles approached you, told you that he is your legal representative, he's been instructed by your sister, doesn't accord with this preposition by Mr. Mgomezulu in following respect. In the following respect. Firstly, this version that you gave in the evidence in chief doesn't accord with the preposition by Mr. Mgomezulu. And then, then Tanzi responded and said, I trust that Mr. Mgomezulu is a human being, most like me. What Mr. Mgomezulu said is not far off from what I'm saying. Firstly, when you've hired a person, that you must pay them. Okay? You know that you must pay the person. Secondly, the magistrate is there. I'm crying and complaining about toiletries. As a lawyer, why did he not say, stop? This person has not bathed. He hasn't bathed and he's not well. How come did he not put a stop to what was happening? If he was a lawyer who was there to represent me in truth, if it were up to me in this very same court in the state that I was in, where I was assaulted in jail, and where I was detained, and I sit where Sibia was seated, and then complain to Mr. Ramasipili that, what, I was assaulted in jail. I'm sure that Mr. Ramasipili, would ask for a postponement so that he can deal with the matter and sort out the issue. So what kind of a lawyer is this one who doesn't assist me? Mr. Mgomezulu's statement there's nothing wrong with it. That was excellent. That was an excellent response from Tanzi.
These prisoners there in Khosmampur are not teaching Tanzi this.
Hey, ungathi bahlala naye, teaching him how to defend himself. Because literally, he's cruising nicely. He's cruising nicely.
Hey, these prisoners. Because I'm hearing him calling Abo accused, Abo Makala. I picked up. I was like, someone is coaching Tanzi. Why is he calling Abo accused Abo Makala, the other accused? Something is happening in that jail. He's getting training.
Hi, this response. I was like, "Ay, bravo. Bravo." What? Well, then, Baloyi said, you see that the details of the evidence that you were not put to Miss Grenier. That is the first thing. And then Tanzi said, my lord, I'm talking with my own mouth, not through Mr. Mgomezulu. Mr. Mgomezulu is a qualified lawyer. As to how he puts his questions across, it will not be like how I put mine. Even if you were to be my coach and you instruct me to kick a ball a certain way, and then I get to the pitch and decide, you know what, I'm going to do something different, I'll pass the ball and hit the net. What are you going to do about it? So then Baloyi said, but your lawyer is a creature of instructions. I feel like Baloyi is not done with Mgomezulu. He won't let him rest in peace. He's still gunning for his reputation, even when he's no longer here to defend himself. That speaks to the level of quality that Mgomezulu was. He's still at pains. Every opportunity that he gets, he will go and say, but your lawyer is a creature of instructions, making it seem like Mgomezulu was not taking instructions from Tanzi. While Ntanzi is telling him that as a lawyer, he knew what he was doing. So he would place questions. I don't know if it's me.
You are good. Continue.
So he would place questions according to how he feels should be placed. And there's honestly nothing wrong with what Mgomezulu placed this thing by saying that Mjiyakho was not representing Ntanzi. Because that's the instruction Ntanzi gave to Mgomezulu at the time.
No, there's nothing wrong. Now we decided to put it.
Mr. Anons, is it my headphones that are not working?
Let's please press the like button. They are working, Emil. Your headset, you are good.
Okay.
It's me here with my buttons. Let's please press the like button. Speaking of buttons, press the like button, guys. So by 376, we only have 196.
We can do this, guys. We can do almost at the finish line. To ask the question before the court, he said, I don't know the court laws and procedures. Mr. Anonymous, did I cut you off? I'm sorry.
No, you didn't. You didn't. You are good. I was just saying, press the like button, subscribe, and all that.
Baloyi said the version that was put to Ms. Grenier was that you were not legally represented, but in your evidence in chief, you said that the gentleman said that he is here to represent you. Tanzi said it is so. How Mgomezulu said it, he was not representing me. I did not call him. Okay. Then Baloyi said, is it correct that if you look at the proceedings of Tlhabani, that the record of the proceedings indicate that Mr. Mjiyakho appeared for you 6 times? Ntanzi said, as to whether he represented me 6 times, I don't know, because there were days when I did not go to court and the court would be told that I was ill while I was sitting in the cells, not sick at all. Then Baloyi said the first time he came on record was on the 13th of July 2020. I'm going to count, most of this was, and I noticed that it was after the 24th, after he accompanied Ntanzi for the so-called confession. So this is the 13th of July, 2020, when he appeared for him at Tlhabani Court. Also on the 3rd of August, 2020, on the 20th of August, 2020, and the 11th of August, 2020, And he only read 4. I don't know what happened to the rest of the 2 because he said there were 6, you know. And then Tanzi said that he had already answered the court that as to how many days he appeared, he didn't know because there were other days when it would be said that he was ill. Even the court at Rustenburg asked him that on the days he was not appearing, was he really sick? And he told the court that that's not true. Baloyi went to Ntanzi's evidence in chief of the 18th of February 2026 this year, when Tanzi said that he'd find Mjiyakho in court and he'd say he was representing him. Tanzi said that there's nothing wrong with what he said because even he said that in court that this person says that they are a lawyer who told him that he was arrested. But then who hired them? Who paid them? He followed what was written there. In this court, he said, I never showed proof, or I was never shown proof that my sister is actually the one who appointed Mjiyakho and also gave him financial instructions. You know, who paid him? That's a big question, you know. Tanzi said that he will say that even though he is answering this question for the 10th time, in Rustenburg he entered where the magistrate was sitting and not where the detainees entered. You know, when the detainees would come from somewhere down there. I think we see it often now with what is happening with the other accused persons that are appearing for their matters in the courts. You see that there's a staircase there. He's saying he did not appear from there. He appeared from where the magistrate is at. So it seems like he used the entrance when they entered him into the court. Was it a normal civilian one or the one that is used by the magistrate?
Seems as if it's normal civilians too.
Okay, normal civilians one. And he's in chains at this time. He mitigated that he was chained hands and feet while a lady lawyer was representing him. He said he would find someone already addressing the court whenever he would arrive at the court. Then it would be the interpreter telling him what just happened. So Mjiyakho would proceed
like
without the person representing that he's representing in court.
And the court allowed that. Must not forget. The courts were allowing these things, which is already fishy. How powerful must you be to actually have that happen?
Hey. Then Tanzi asked that and notice how even at Boksburg, the accused were raising their hands and stuff and they were being ignored like the plague.
Like Rata right now.
Sure. Ntanzi asked that when court adjourned, why would Mjiyakho not come to him and consult with him to come to the vehicle that he was at and ask the police to speak to him if indeed he was his legal representative? Well, Baloyi said, Mr. Ntanzi, I was saying in all these occasions that we've indicated that Mr. Mjiyakho is on record that every time you entered the courtroom, you'd found him addressing the court. You didn't hear what he was saying on all those occasions. And Tanzi said not all of them. Firstly, there would be days when we would not go to court due to corona in Rustenburg. I told this court that the days I was in court and not in court, I don't recall them. Baloyi went to the proceedings of the 29th of June 2020 in Tlhabani. His first appearance was on the 22nd of June 2020. And on the 29th of June 2020, Ntanzi did not appear. The reason was COVID isolation. Then Baloyi asked Ntanzi who Miss Machie is. Baloyi said, who is this lady? Ntanzi said that there was a light-skinned lady who worked in that court. He completed the trial with her working there in that Rustenburg court, and he would always see her. Then Tanzi said, I can't remember her name. I can't remember her surname because it was the first day. Baloyi told her that on the letter of Mjiyakho, there's a lady called Dinochia. Then Baloyi said, is she the one who was appearing there on the 29th of June? Ntanzi said, maybe it is her. If it is the lady on the day I addressed the court, I ended up chasing away, you know. The interpreter keeps saying terminating her mandate. Terminating her mandate. What mandate? Did she have a mandate with Ntanzi?
Yeah, the interpreter.
You should just say chased her away.
The lady that you guys chased away said it was bad. At least you know bad because sometimes it's deep.
Yeah, but she would hardly misinterpret such important.
Oh, look who's on.
Don't say terminating her mandate, because when you say terminating her mandate, it's like you are telling the record that Ntanzi did actually hire these people when he's saying he did not.
That's exactly what is happening.
Then Tanzi said, lastly, before the court, please don't include me in Mjiyakho's affairs because I did not hire him. And then Baloyi said, Miss Gia, how would he have known that you have to appear in court on the 29th of June 2020? Well, Ramasipil at this point decided to stand up with thank God. And he said, let us not mislead the court. The appearance on the 29th of June 2020, the person representing accused one is Miss Machie, not Miss Gia. The judge said, we were spitting heralds. It was only one lady. You can see it was a typographical error. But how do you know it's a typographical error?
Yes, he's smart. The guy is smart. Koko, how smart to Koko?
How does he know that it's a spelling error?
Koko is very smart. Koko can see. Koko is smart.
How is he certain that Miss Gia and Miss Machia is one person?
How Koko smart?
Then Ramasipili said no, but it must read as it is. And the judge said, no, come on, please. And then Ramasipili said, who said so? And the judge said, wait, I've got a bit of intelligence. Just read the letterhead of the Mjiyakho, surname of that lady. God, Jesus. Yes. Well, then Baloyi said, Tineo Chia. And then the judge said, TJIA. I take it we are all blacks. On the other one, you said it's Machie from the Transcript. That is why I'm saying, then Ramasipili said, but my lord, you know. And then the judge interrupted and said, okay, I'm wrong then. I'm wrong. He kept saying he's wrong. In a rude manner towards Ramasipili. And then he said, God, jeez. Ramasipili said, you are not wrong. I'm addressing something else. When I stand up here, and I've always said it, and I'm going to be very calm with it, I'm saying that the record must read as is. Here is Miss Machie. There may be a Miss Gia, and there may be a Miss Kwena and a Miss Makwena. They are not the same persons. Well, the judge said, yeah, that is why I'm saying you are right. Ramasipili, but most importantly, my lord makes this remark, at least I've got a bit of intelligence. So Ramasipili doesn't have. The judge said, no, it's because, and then Ramasipili, no, that's what the court is saying. And the judge said, we're talking 35 years. I was an attorney. Ramasipili said, I've got 20 years now, 23 as an attorney as well. And then the judge said, I just wait, man. Let me give you some bit of experience. And then Mr. Baloyi says that the letterhead is Mr. Machie. It's Tswana. I'm Tswana. The other note says Chie. Fine. There are two different names, but I've been sitting on this case for 3.5 years. We know that there's only one female attorney who was fired according to, and he pointed Ntanzi with his head. There are many problems with you generalizing like this and saying that it's one person or trying to insinuate that it's one person, because how do you know that? Are you talking to these people?
He's smart.
How would you know that Miss Chia and Miss Machie are not two different people or it's one person? How would you know that? And be willing to fight for it.
Very smart judge.
Well, Ramasipili said that he's got a practice, okay? He's a candidate attorney. And he said that his candidate, not he's a candidate attorney, I'm sorry. His candidate attorneys do not appear on his letterhead. He owns a firm. So he's saying that his candidate attorneys do not appear on his letterhead whenever he sends out communication. His candidate attorneys are not there. And the judge said that he's a director. How does the judge know that she's a director?
Smart.
Now I'm really concerned about what he knows. about this Mjiyakho situation? What does he know about Mjiyakho? Why is he willing to fight as much and harder than Baloyi? How does he know she's a director? Is there something he's not telling everyone else? Well, Baloyi then said 3rd of August 2020, the case was postponed. Mjiyakho was again on record. Are you also saying that on this occasion you did not give him instructions? Nisi at this point got up and said, objection, my lord. No. This is exactly what Mr. Ramasipil is saying, that the state is misleading the court because it does not read the whole information that is contained in this record. On the 3rd of August 2020, this is what the record said.
And that's what the judge has been fighting for. Read everything. Give the full context for the witness to answer.
But now, that is out of the window. It doesn't apply anymore. Well, Advocate
That's how Baloyi wants to ask, you know. It's okay. How Baloyi wants to ask, Baloyi gets to ask that way.
It read, adjourned until the 17th of August 2020, accused absent due to COVID in absentia. So how would Mr. Ntanzi have known that Mr. Mjiyakho was there when he was not at court? We request that the state, be sincere and be very honest with this court. We said yesterday I've said yesterday on numerous occasions that we owe this court a duty of the utmost good faith. There's a Latin term he used. I'm not even going to dare try to pronounce it. He said we need sincerity, okay? Because at the end of it all, the decision that the court is going to take to a larger extent depends on what we are telling this court as counsel. Now, if we are misleading this court, then there is this little probability that the court's decision will also be based on what we've been saying, which has been misleading. We implore the state, but before he could finish, the judge said, is it misleading? I think it's too strong to say that he's misleading, you know. He could be making a mistake.
Uberi my fidei. Uberi my fidei. That's what.
Hey, that term, I didn't even want to try.
Uberi my fidei.
I didn't want to try. So,
of the utmost good faith.
The judge is saying that Baloyi could have been making a mistake. They shouldn't say he's misleading.
Can you imagine a judge defending this guy in front of us? That this man is really trying by all means to be in good faith. You know, this man is trying to confine himself under Uberi my fidei.
The allegations of 35 million, I'm just saying. I'm not saying anything. I'm saying there are those allegations out there.
Uberi my fidei.
I'm just saying, Nisi said, but how can he make a mistake when he's got a document in his possession? And then the judge said, this is the problem. You argue with a judge. This is what happens.
So you're supposed to let the judge put nonsense on the record and correct. Oh, man.
You're arguing with a judge. And then Nisi said, excuse me, my lord. And the judge, you said something about blacks. And the judge said, this is what happens to blacks like me. Head to head like me. This thing of saying it's misleading.
What is your submission where Christopher? Because I know you always come to try and reason like the judge. You are reasoning. So Christopher, if a person was mentioned in a trial, then the name must keep on changing on a record. Is that procedural in court? Is that what is supposed to, if it goes to appeal, read like? we're reading two people. Because remember, a person who reviews this is going to assume that there are two people. That's what Ramsipil is saying. I mean, let us try to understand also when it comes to this thing of law, that some of the things might look small to you, you know, like it's logic. In that court, it's not logic.
Chia and Machi are two different. They can never be the same. So, if that lady were to appear, Christopher, what would you call or address her as? Give Miss Chia or give Miss Machie? What are you going to say? Those are two different surnames. She needs to pick one.
I guess that's what I'm saying. According to some people like Rata and Christoph, you know, their reasoning is that they understand this. This lady was there in a trial within trial. Name was mentioned. Therefore, you can butcher it.
You are assuming and speculating. And when you are doing that, it's very important that you state it. Because if you don't, then you are misleading, which is what Baloyi is doing. Hello, somebody.
And I don't understand why you're defending Baloyi. And Baloyi stands up and he's not even going to Rata's direction.
No, he went on his own direction. He went on his own terrain. He did not say, I made a mistake. He did not acknowledge none of that. He said, we put it to Ntanzi. We put it to him. And then Nisi came back and said, but no, you did not do that. You did not put it to him. We can even go back and listen to the record. Well, guys, they just brushed over that thing and they moved on like nothing happened. But what was even more shocking is when the judge said, you know, he's like, you know, he's like my brother, Madlanga, you know, the other day. And I'm like, Aibo.
I don't think they play for the same league. Madlanga and Rata are totally different leagues. Not to say, but
hi, unfunny. Judge Rata, unfunny no Madlanga.
I unfunny.
Unfunny.
That's why he's younger than you, and he's able to have such positions.
Unfunny. I'm sorry to burst your bubble, got unfunny. Nowhere, not even close.
It's like you saying you and Mokweng
are the same. No, Papa, no. No. Pump the brakes. Leave Madlanga. Madlanga also knows how to fight his own battles. Did you see him taking on the lawyers of Karim? That gentleman from
And
Northwest.
with regards to Madlanga, there is context.
Yes.
When he is being accused of that, in my opinion, what the lawyer was trying to do is have him being confined into their ways.
Yes.
Because
to
now
accept what they want.
You might be accused of some sort. You know, that's where it comes from. That's why Madlanga fought back. Because there was no cause to actually think so.
Yes.
But today Mnisi says you are defending the defense. There's a state.
You are always defending the state.
Why? And the judge does not even try to fight that. Because he's been doing that. There's evidence.
The court is really defensive to the state. I don't know why. That's what Mnisi said. He said it. And then the judge kept quiet. Baloyi continued to try and reason whatever he wanted to say. He said, let me explain to what... to Baba Ntanzi, we are going through the proceedings of the Tlhabane court, which everybody has got a copy. Yeah, he started wondering.
We have gone past the mistakes and human error.
Yeah.
The record reads that And the records remembers that. And people like Baloyi have benefited, in my opinion, through what we may perceive as human error from.
Yes.
The likes of Bo Jonas may interpreting whatever that they needed to interpret in a wrong way. Do you understand? They come back with that record and ask questions based on that record. That's why they say, let a record speak for itself. Do you understand that language?
Because they know that they confuse the record.
So if you are going to come with that human error, we are all human, I think you should consider that. You should also consider not to be double standard. When Baloyi are coming with the record and confronting these accused and saying, but you said this due to human error, then call them out. Don't call Bomnisi out when they are correcting the record because they know what Baloyi are capable of.
Yes.
In a different court, maybe we will accept that. Not in that
Not
court.
this one.
Sibanda is capable of that, of coming and using that record.
Yes, he does. They've been doing it all along. I mean, come on. Right now, we're talking about what happened in 2023, 2022, 2024. And honestly, it doesn't sound the same way that we heard it.
Now, we owe that court what we call Uberimai Fides. So it must be that. It can't be now looked at the other way. Oh, just look away for now. It's a mistake. We don't work with mistakes. That's what I've realized in that court. You correct them right there because they will be asked later. And then you'll be told you did not correct it.
Yes. Well, then, Tanzi at some point requested that Baloyi read everything for him, okay? Because even before he complained that he did not read all the towers, right now he's reading on the name and he's not reading all that is written so that he can respond before the court. This is pertaining the objection that Nisi made, that he's not reading everything. So Ntanzi also pointed it out for himself there. Then the court register came. There's always this court register. This guy court register. He came, he showed up, he started whispering. And then the next thing I heard Ubab Jonah saying Makamu. And then 12 minutes, to 1. The judge said, let's adjourn. Shui. After the long adjournment, Baloyi was still trying to get Ntanzi to accept that Mjiyakho was his lawyer. Ntanzi said Gininda was lying and he never produced a book here in court that is filled by lawyers whenever they visit their clients in a police station and when they consult with their clients. And Gininda also did not produce his own OB entry to show that in fact he was at the said police station when he allegedly met with Mjiyakho. Ntanzi said that this lady that was representing him, she was just not interacting with him. And he said that at some point, in fact, in all court appearances at Tlhabane, he would enter that court cuffed in the hands and chained in the feet. And she didn't say anything. Which is something that he sees and observes that doesn't happen at the current court. They only chain their feet, but his hands are free. So that when he wants to raise his hand, he raises his hand. But at that court, that lady who represented did not speak. Even Makudumana's lawyers, they were speaking on the manner of chaining situations that was happening. But that one was like, Ntanzi must not even raise his hand.
That's what this judge used to say, or still says. Let's press the like button, guys. Please, let us please treat this channel with utmost respect it deserves. Let us try to be Uberimai Fidei with this channel.
Uberimai Fidei. Then Tanzi said that he's not disputing what is recorded here, but all that he's asking is what was the lady, that was addressing the court on about, who sent her to say whatever that she was saying in court. And Tanzi said even in that court, he would raise his finger or try to raise his finger as he was cuffed. I think it's yeah, guys, hi, corner. He said that he would even try to, because he was unable to raise his hand, even the female lawyer would not attend to him. And he never got the help that he wanted, And she said that this lady would be speaking to escorts and she was not happy with them entering the court with firearms.
The judge.
And not speak to the person that she's representing. What is going on in South Africa, guys? So you can represent someone in a court without even having had a word with them or talk to them. No wonder why scammers are reigning everywhere. There's scammers every library and center. You can enter a court, represent someone, and not speak to that person. Tanzi also said that Ntuli had to literally force his way to speak there at the Boksburg Magistrate Court. Do you guys remember that? Where he said Ntuli had to force his way. He kept on, they said they all kept on raising their hands and they were ignored. So the reason why Ntanzi chased away that so-called lady lawyer, it wasn't transcribed onto the record. So his version, Tanzi's version of why he chased that lady away in the courtroom was not even documented in the transcript. And the record speaks for itself.
Let the record speak for itself. It's human error, according to people like Christoph. Human error.
Mara, guys, do you see that if this case was not broadcasted, these people would have been convicted a long time ago? Can you see that? Because this records icon, they are no longer sufficient now. These records, it seems like people are going to have to start recording proceedings for themselves. Because what is this? Tanzi saying he gave his reasons why he no longer wanted that lady to represent her in that court. And it's not there in the transcript. This shocked me. And he is the one who insisted on speaking because the lady who claimed to have been represented him was ignoring him. Baloyi repeated every piece of cross-examination in the trial within a trial until he found a part where the record says Mjiyakho introduced himself to Ntanzi and said that he was Mjiyakho. He said Ntanzi later on said that he did not introduce himself. Well, Ntanzi said that if things are happening fast and, the person is not even making eye contact with you and the person is not speaking clearly, how are you going to make sense of what they're saying? He said that he would not even point him out if Mjiyakho were to come. He doesn't even know what he looks like. Which means that wherever I was traveling, the police were the ones that would be in contact with him. Mohani or Mapena.
You just learned that now, Ntanzi.
Yep. It all comes together. That's why I enjoy deliberating this case like this. If we were not, we were going to be dribbled a lot. So it comes together. And eventually, you start putting the dots together. But he said that it does not explain the contradiction that Mr. Mjiyakho did not introduce himself now. And Tanzi said, I maintain that I don't remember him introducing himself as Mjiyakho. Even now, he has never come to consult with me or show me a financial instruction that was paid for by my family. At home, I'm the only one gainfully employed. Everyone else is unemployed. So as someone who heads cattle, he said, it is crystal clear to me that he was doing some criminality with the police that arrested me, And I could hear the judge saying in the background, they're whispering, hi. Hi. I heard that, hi. I heard it.
Hey, Coco.
Some microphone picked it up. Okay.
Say a groover. Hey, cuckoo.
Well, Ntanzi also shared that it was his first time getting arrested. You know, he didn't know, the procedures or whatever was due to happen. He said even if you have a baby and you yourself cannot bath, but you are trying to teach this child how to bath, how are they supposed to take those instructions without seeing you lead by example? And then they laughed there. They had a moment of laughter. But then Baloyi went to a contact labeled CC, and Tanzi asked why it does not say Sisman Tombi, because that is how he saved it in his phone. Then Baloyi asked for an adjournment. Remember, I was telling you of changing names in his contact list. It's almost like the intention was to confuse him.
Well, guys, please press the like button. And as I do that, today, I bow. I bow, guys.
It's a bow.
It's Friday today. It's Friday. Let us try to be really have this duty of complete honest and full disclosure between us and our subscribers, that please subscribe, like the video. We will deliver if you do that. We will deliver if you subscribe. We will deliver if you comment. We have really a very important duty to you to deliver every day, week in and week out. As they would say in Latin, my friends, uber mai fidei. Uber mai fidei.
Yo!
You just left the fuck.
I almost broke my mic. I almost broke my mic. Oh my god.
You just broke the mic. Guys, we don't have a mic.
I almost broke my mic.
One mic down.
Oh my god. But
please
my
press the
fidele. I young guy straight.
No. That's how I would start,
My fidele.
You understand? It's very important. These words, they shorten. Why are we not given such words every day? Because, I mean, our English would just be better, we don't have to say.
By the way, these are the terms they use in contracts. That's why contracts are so difficult to understand.
Yeah. Like, imagine to say this, I would have to say a duty of complete honest and full disclosure between parties.
So if you want to understand contracts, read Latin. Understand Latin.
But they just shortened
Get a Latin
like,
dictionary.
Obermai Fude. Suga. Actually, hey, if we don't laugh, I'm telling you, we will die. I saw someone. There are still people who get angry when Emily laughs and everyone. But man, if we don't
guys,
laugh.
Mina ngabe sing ngafogofa. If I was tense all the time, I would not be able to talk
in
about
a potential of causing sicknesses.
Yes.
Because you can see what is happening.
You
can see what is happening. So you've got to find something that is going to make you laugh. So
in
that
South
you
Africa,
balance
that
your
is how we
body.
cope. I see people are hard on people there by the TikTok making jokes of everything. That's how we cope in this country.
I'm telling you, you know what? You talk about the affairs of South Africa.
You'll be depressed.
You get depressed.
You'll be sick.
You get depressed so
You'll
bad.
You'll be hopeless.
So, good tough, good rife, good difficult. So now and then, let us have this fun moment.
Because if you don't, guys, you're not gonna make it to the end of this case. You must you must treat it like the comedy show that it has become.
Christoph, wangthoma ne wangqala uthi I'm awake. Yes, I'm awake. I'm forever awake. I don't.
Christopher pendula leanto lekate wisho earlier on. Why not you are convulsing issues?
Emily, but you were trying to wake me up as I was thinking.
Yes, you were thinking.
I was thinking.
He was thinking, guys. We've moved past that. It's the child that was snoring.
And then the child was snoring behind as I was thinking.
Yes, he was thinking. Okay, I misunderstood the situation.
Yo, guys, I love you, man. I love you. I always enjoy coming here, even if it's sometimes you are tired. You like,
yeah, sometimes.
But
I
always enjoy coming here, so I try to make the best out of it because this is a situation that we're facing. So someone was asking, Mark Perale case, what is gonna happen with this channel? The channel existed before
the case started. We'll figure it out, family. We'll figure it out.
We will start something new.
Don't worry about tomorrow.
We'll bring you more stress.
Don't worry about tomorrow. Let tomorrow come when it comes.
Even now we have things just that. Yes, the plate is full. This case alone
is
like
just
Madlanga situation.
Yes.
Can you imagine following Madlanga? It's like 12.
That's the reason why
like
we even decided
hours
to cover it fully, because it was like, we can just forget about the other things that we wanted to do for now. But when it's over, don't worry, guys. The channel will go on. The show will go on. It always does.
No, we want to go to Madlanga. The problem is not the platform. Platform is here. If we can get people also who can really go to, because honestly
who
speaking,
watch and who can analyze.
Honestly speaking, the court case is like 5 hours. Madlanga is 7.
It's more hours.
So you can't, even if you are that good, you can't consume such information.
Cover both at the same time. You just end up picking highlights with
so let's
the
just
other
be really honest with our partners. Ubermai, Fidei, it must be that someone else does it.
Yeah, if we get another person who's able to cover it and you guys like them,
definitely you'll like them. Because I'll choose them myself.
Yes.
Give you another anonymous.
Get another host who will do Madlanga commission, okay, for you guys. Because now I'm worn out. I can't catch up. Okay, I can't keep up. There's too much. There's ad hoc as well. There's Ngabinde inquiry.
And I think for me, honestly, if I was to choose between this case and if I was to teach this case, I would go to Ngabinde. Ngabinde is a classic example how to bury yourself 6 feet under. So for that, it's an interesting situation where, and I repeat, someone had shovel, had singers, people who were going to sing in this funeral. Chauke's day, the last day. Wavuka Chauke wavukisa okwalensizwe yavuka ku Lucas Church. What?
Wadli rice.
Wavuka washaya rice uChauke. Shaya rice uChauke kwabaleka umuntu. Wabaleka yokucasha ngamaloyo umuntu wakhe. What in the hell?
I used to read about their fights. Is it Sunday World or Sunday Times? Or Sunday World. Sunday. I would update myself on the interesting fights that were being reported by, what do they call them? There's a term that they give people that are anonymous and give like juicy gossip happening at the NPA.
Kulego is busy here now. He's having his term. There is a term that the interpreter, who was this in the Umposhong? And well, Umposhong, I think. Itawa, Umposhong.
That's our name is Mposhongo.
Umposhongo ke intende elapha phezulu angithi amathawa.
Or is it the former
Umposhongo.
the former interpretation?
Umposhongo impela umposhongo cha yena ubengekho kufaka. Umposhongo. Umposhongo inzulu. So Kulego God is the umposhongo Kulego. Now nathi ngasekhaya kuthiwa umposhongo awusebenzi lapha ifoni ayidonsi.
Ifoni ayidonsi.
Umposhongo awusebenzi
umposhongo. So she's actually Zulu.
Umposhongo isiZulu sakhe ngakho isiZulu sakhe is deep. That's why maybe you would struggle to interpret.
Yeah, because it's the English. Yeah. She was struggling with putting stuff in English most of the time.
We should call this channel umposhongo.
The tower.
I would rather call it Uberimai Fuday.
Uberimai Fuday
channel. Do you understand?
Bese bayakubuza njalo ukuthi ini Uberimai Fuday.
With utmost honest and
utmost honesty.
Yeah. You understand? Nguleka ayingeke vule yakho fanele ikhola umposhongo hayi umposhongo de ngeke umposhongo ayingeke. No, I also love the woman interpreter. Just that sometimes he would butcher it so bad, but yeah. Thank you very much, guys. Press the like button, and yeah, that's it from me.
I mean, she finished me when she said a ditch because I work in a ditch.
Yeah, Emil is always on my mic. Thank you, guys.
Because I work in a ditch.
It's a bye. It's a bye from me.
Let me go back to my ditch.
Gay Valaland.
It's a wrap, guys. See you tomorrow.